Hey everybody, it's Ben. Thanks for subscribing, Bonarici. Boy, I made a lot of typos. Okay, everything should be fixed now. I don't know. Karen played poker and then she stopped. She played in some satellites and I guess she did okay. We should be on Chess TV from 8 to 10 tonight. We switched with Photo Chess. We're going to try to start later on Sundays. .NET Runner subscribed. Thanks for supporting the stream. Yeah, let me see how Dina and Fabi did. Fabi ended up winning, so he got clear first. He got 8 out of 9. He lost one game, and that guy got second, Nicholas Theodoru. Dina lost her last game. Probably Fabi gained rating points getting 8 out of 9. That's a pretty good score. It's hard to win these open tournaments with 50 GMs. Hope you guys like the recaps of the World Championship. Okay, it's 8, so we should be on Chess TV soon, if it worked. Hi, Chess TV. I'm Ben. We're going to be trying to start later on Sundays. So Chess TV is going to start now at 8 p.m. Eastern. as opposed to the usual 7 p.m. Eastern, so Karen can get more poker in. Okay, could somebody do a marker for the first game? Maybe Tensor Extension or somebody else. Okay, so first game, we have 11 games to look at. First game is from Sit Bear, because it always is. He always submits first. Oh, I went back more than a week. Oops. Okay. Sit Bear wrote, "Start the procedure." So this game was played 3 days ago in Garden Grove, California, in the American Open. Sit Bear's white, and he's playing NN, and they're both rated 1600. Let's see, he wrote game 40, 90 plus 30. Game 40. Sudden death, 30 plus 30. What? Oh, 40 moves in 90 minutes, and then game 30. And so, okay, increment 30. Okay. Yeah, I understand now. Why did he issue a pardon for Hunter? I haven't been following the news. I've been following, like, football. So I know football news. Okay, so our hero's white, Sit Bear. Rating's gone up a lot, 1600. Okay, so we have a collie. Not too exciting. Okay, so this is all theoretical. Black can play any normal move. Instead, Black played a mistake, d4, just given double question mark. I would give it 1 question mark. 2 question marks is crazy. Yeah, knight b3 is a good move. Pawn's attacked a lot, and also after e5, if the queen's on d4, then bishop h7 check wins the queen. So possibly white is just winning a pawn here. Okay, he played bishop b6. That's fine. Thanks, Plight999, for subscribing. e5 is a good move. Attacks the knight. Now white's up a pawn. Never play f6. Now black should play either h6 or f5. Black played g6, which is not good. Weakening black's king. White took advantage by playing bishop h6, which is a strong move. Now, definitely, black should play knight b4 here, although black is losing. But he played rook e8, which allows the simple bishop g6. I mean, I'm not sure I'd give it 1 exclamation mark. But anyway, pretty obvious move that wins a pawn and threatens another pawn. Okay, rook e7's good. Obviously, taking gets checkmated. Bishop e4 is good, but white's just 2 pawns up. Now white's winning in exchange. Queen takes c6 is good. So the idea is white wants to capture on e7, and then if black captures back, the rook on a8's not defended. Also, this wins a pawn. Rook c8, queen d6. And black resigned. So, pretty poor game from black. White played pretty well. And white's rating's gone up a lot in a year. Starting to play a little bit better. We can't play worse. ACL Smith. Did you like the Alabama game? Or did you prefer the Georgia Tech game? Those are your options. Yeah, I watched the Georgia game. Yeah, Auburn doesn't seem very good this year. Okay, that's a good game. Now we have Bonarici. It's black. We could do another marker. Thanks, tensor extension. After he won, I jumped out of my chair, gave a scream of pain, and then yelled, "Son of a gun. The losing move is clear." Well, that's good behavior. This was played in the 1994 Michigan Open, the day before my birthday, round 7. I wonder if I played in that event. 1994. It's possible. Okay, our hero's black, Bonarici. Still theory. Okay, this is a main line. Bishop g7 is one of the moves. Probably the main move. These moves are all very reasonable. The engine doesn't like knight b4. Says black is slightly better now. Queen c8's good, defending the pawn, threatening bishop g4. So far, black's playing an excellent game. The engine says you should take the knight because white doesn't want to take with the pawn because then black will castle and play f5. Black wants to take with a piece, you know, but so b4 allows white to play rook d1 and solidify d5. Now, again, you should take this. And you did. Queen d7's okay, but just castles is more incisive. Yeah, and black's just better. Black's going to play f5. That says queen f5 is good. That makes sense. Wrong side of the board. Now it says it's equal. Yeah, rook a8's a big mistake because of queen h5, threatening bishop f5 and takes. Yeah, black should always be playing f5, especially when the bishop's on d3, then you have a threat. That's a big mistake. After queen h5, white's much better. Basically, every move, black should play f5, and white should play queen h5 to stop that. Now it's equal. Yeah, black shouldn't take on g3. Black should play queen e3. Black wants to trade queens, and then his rook is infiltrating on the 7th rank. And his king is safe after he trades queens. Now it's equal again. Pretty good game. Says black is very slightly better. That's a blunder. And black punished it. Yeah, king h3 undefends the rook on f2, which lets black play rook takes b3 because of the pin. Now black is winning. Black's up a pawn as a pass pawn. Now black is +6, +7. Bishop f6 is the best move. Rook d2 is also winning. Yeah, the rook's better on d2 than d4. Yeah, just bishop f6 is good. Getting the bishop to a good square. Ooh, f6. Never play f6. Yeah, now black's losing. You can't do that to your bishop. Black has two winning moves, queen f6 and king g8. Although I wouldn't play queen f6 because of all these checks. But I guess you just approach the rook and you're threatening queen f3. But I still wouldn't do that. I'd be too afraid. But king g8's good. Then you can always play bishop f8 and king g7. Yeah, now white's winning. It's actually better to check and play queen f5, but queen g6 is winning. Yeah, f6 is a really ugly move, killing your bishop and killing your king. I mean, like, if this game was for a prize, then I would assume black lost on purpose by playing f6, and I wouldn't pay the prizes. I'd forfeit the players for cheating, and I'd report you to the U.S. Chess Federation, because nobody in their right mind would play f6 here. I mean, you can't block your bishop like that and weaken all your white squares. And that just hangs mate in 1. Yeah, it seemed pretty obvious black lost on purpose at some point. I mean, bishop a4 threatens queen e8 mate. Boy, if that game was played in the World Championship, what would Kramnik say? GM Smurfette 100 bits. Look, even though you cheated and it was 30 years ago, I'm still going to report you. Nothing is nobler? I think a lot of things are more noble. Nobler's a word? What are you, from Alabama? Wouldn't it be nothing is more noble? Nobler. Is it noble, nobler, noblest? Noblerone, frankly delicious. Nobler is a word. What? Nobler applies for grammar. That's true. The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, and to take arms against a sea of troubles by opposing end them, to die to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to die to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub, for in that sleep of death what dreams may come. Yeah, but I don't know that. So I can't, I just guess the rest of it. The Hamlet Gambit, to BE3 or not to BE3? Anyway, good game. You played really well until you were winning. Well, your spelling of happy was wrong, but your spelling of benign was great. My polyps are always, I put the ben in benign. Oh yeah, new game. All right, somebody do a thing, a marker or something. Okay. Hi, Ben. Would love your feedback on my game from last week's Marshall, 90-30. It was a Queen's Indian where I used some techniques I learned in your NIMSO course with mixed results. Would love your feedback on the opening and my misguided simplification that led to a drawn ending. Luckily, I still won. Okay, and our hero is 1660, and the opponent is 1747. This is 90 plus 30. Played OTB. OTB, easy as 1, 2, 3. A lot of challenges. Let's see. Delete, delete, delete. Perfect. I've never seen the sentence sausage good for you. The sentence doesn't make any sense. I've never seen German good for you either. You take two bad things, German and sausage, and it makes it a good thing? Maybe. One time I went to a festival with my family before I was a vegetarian when I was a kid, and I had some German sausage. It was the Do What We Say festival. If you don't subscribe, you're banned. Okay, our hero's black. Yeah, Biden said he would never give him a pardon, then he pardoned him. Anyway, Biden wasn't going to do it, but then Yasser said, I beg your pardon. So he was like, all right. It's the Queen's Indian. Nowadays, bishop a6 is more common. But 30 years ago, bishop b7 was more common. Or maybe 40 years ago. Yeah, that's a mistake. White should play d5 here. White has the advantage. Or queen c2. Yeah, letting black take double the pawns isn't good. c5 isn't the best move because d5 gives white an advantage. But still, this is okay for black. Knight e8's a good move. Taking's good. Bishop g5's good. And black's slightly better. White has a messed up pawn structure. Now black's clearly better. Now black's winning. Yeah, nice game by black. This king and pawn ending happens to be a draw. Although it looks like black should be winning. Yeah, if black continues to go here, then h6 is going to win for white. Now black can try to go here. So it's still a draw. And then that loses. King d3 draws the game according to the engine. But white couldn't resist to win a pawn. But white's going to get zugzwanged out. Yeah, and the engine already announced his mate. Aaron Gifts is subscribed. And white resigned. Good game. Yeah, you shouldn't have traded all the rooks, and you shouldn't trade your knight for his bishop. Bishop's not very good, so you shouldn't play knight e4. You shouldn't trade all the rooks. And then he shouldn't take on b5. Otherwise, pretty good game. Can you play me? I can't. is okay to analyze your own games with an engine. I mean, anything's okay. All right, we need somebody to do a marker. Okay. This is from Plectrum. Hi, Ben. This is a daily game that I finished up earlier this year as part of a tournament. This is a long paragraph. I knew I was winning as soon as knight d6 check became possible, but I couldn't figure out how to mobilize my queen side. The weird thing is that the evaluation doesn't change much between knight d6 check and the end of the game, even though I played kind of aimlessly for a while. It's sort of like this paragraph. At the end, the plan of b5, queen b4, c6 is pretty obvious. But I wonder if I had some other winning plan that I failed to recognize before that. The engine isn't very helpful to find those longer-term strategic advancing kind of plans. At least not for the weak engine I use. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer from reading that paragraph, or to take arms and ban the viewer, to look at the game to sleep no more, and by asleep to say, go to sleep before the stream ends. Perchance to not look at the game. Aye, there's the rub. Because if I don't look at the game, what donations may come? Okay, so both players are 2030. And it's a daily game. Played at the end of last year. Until this year. The Abominable Joe Man. Yeah, those are daily ratings. Think Lichess ratings. These moves are pretty good. Yeah, the engine likes white. It's not really a big fan of knight g6. Boy, the engine move is g4. Because if you take it, then I can take this and threaten check and win the bishop. Interesting. Doesn't like that move. Says this is equal. Queen c7 is a ridiculous move. Yeah, you have to take, and then, white's a tiny bit better. Now knight b5 just wins the game. Frankly, terrible. Queen c7. God damn. Putting Lichess ratings to shame. White's technique is beyond perfect. And white just has like, a million pawns on the queen side. You got a million pawns. You know how to push them. Here it says your opponent resigned. Yeah, this was just your opponent playing queen c7, you playing knight b5 and winning easily. There was no way to play better. Just what you did was fine. Queen c7 is really, really bad move in this position. Allowing knight b5, knight d6. Man, you can't play worse. Then your opponent played badly from here on in, too. Trading bishop for knight, b6. Letting you push your pawns. There's no reason to resign here. The position's been the same for the last few moves. I mean, like at a top level, obviously, you'd resign. But at this level, black has to keep playing. It could be you go on vacation and lose on time. Oh, snap. This game was begun on my daughter's birthday. Anyway, good game. You played well. No comments. Okay, let's do a marker for the next game. Thank you. Here is another game. I beat my higher rated friend in online correspondence. This game was very tricky and not the most accurate, but I hope you like it. Okay, and both players give him a rating of 1500, which is just the default rating on Lichess. Okay, our hero's white. Already the engine likes black. Ooh, tricky. So white sacrificed a couple pawns and black's king is no good. The engine still prefers black. Now the engine prefers white. Doesn't like opening the e-file. Doesn't like rook takes because of bishop c5. It wants to play bishop takes. Probably white just didn't see bishop c5. Now it says it's equal. The best move is bishop g8. I don't understand. After bishop g8, how come not rook takes? I don't know. It says knight h6. What? Well, I'm going to have to find out. I don't understand. Knight g5, I saw that. I thought we would take this and then take this. That's what it says. Oh, there's bishop c5 check. Well, that I didn't see. Queen d6. And white wins. Okay, so that's a move nobody would ever play, or a variation nobody would ever play. Knight e4 is also okay. You played bishop f7. I don't understand that move. Now it says black's winning. Knight a5 is winning. Knight takes f2. Okay, that's losing. Strange move. Got attack here against the rook. Bishop f7 is a weird move. Now it says white's winning. Bam! Rook takes e5, double exclam. The best move is bishop b6? Wow. Yeah, that's what I would do. Now the best move is b6. I agree with that. Yeah. Then rook e8 check is winning. And black now wants to castle queenside or something. Yep, that was a chess game. Yeah, it looks like Greco NN. You mean bishop f7? Well, white played better than black. It's Caffeine Jones. So let's take a break because we have to kill 2 hours, and usually it takes me an hour to look at the games. So that means I have an hour to kill. What do you guys think of the World Championship match so far? Kramnik said every move is terrible and this is not worthy of a World Championship. And then the cap score was 97.5 to 98. And then when people play 97.5 to 98, he says they're cheating because they're playing too good. Here, he says they're playing terrible and they're playing the same cap score. So it's like Kramnik refutes himself. By the way, Geary pointed it out to him. Geary said, "You said this game is terrible, but by what you use, the cap score, they played 98. So what do you mean?" Yeah, it seems like the match is pretty good. Fair match, 3-3. Seems reasonable. Yeah, Kramnik spends all of his time saying this guy played 92, and then he played 91, and then he played 93, and then he played 94, and then he played 90. And by playing so many games with 90, he's obviously cheating. Then in the World Championship, they play 98. And he says, this is the worst World Championship ever. These are the worst players. This isn't a World Championship. I'm not going to analyze this game because they play so bad. What? I mean, the metric that says they played 98 is irrelevant. But he doesn't know that. He thinks that's the only relevant thing in chess, is that metric. Anyway, I don't like the World Championship for one reason, because it insists on itself. I prefer the U.S. Masters. Complicated joke. I know a lot of Family Guy to get that joke. Yeah, that's right, C.L. Smith. He got the joke. You know, Petrosian's 11, I thought you meant that you liked the movie. I forgot that that was the next line in Family Guy. I also like that movie. How many games? It's the best of 14 games. So first to get 7.5 wins. Fabi got 8 out of 9 in the U.S. Masters with no draws. God damn. So he must have gained like 10 points. I know he's higher rated than everybody, but 8 out of 9, that's 8 out of 9. That's a good score. I don't know who's going to win. Karen asked me that today, and I was like, I don't know. It's really 50-50 who's going to win the match. Fighting for a sandwich, that sounds like Family Guy joke. Whom did Fabi lose to? Nikolai Theodoru. Unless his first name isn't Nikolai. It's Nicholas or something. Theodoru had 6 wins and 3 draws, so he got second. This is a checkmate. That's correct. If it's 7-7, there's a tie-breaking method, rapid chess. Okay, I guess we have to keep looking at games. Oh, I mean, yay. Okay, our hero's black this game. Hi, Ben. This is from a rapid game I enjoyed playing from yesterday. White made a series of weird choices, like e5, presumably as a way to take on d6 without the c3 knight hanging. I had a lucky position at the end, having to be careful after the queen trade, because if it wasn't for my bishop eyeing h1, I would have been losing. Okay, both players are 2060. This is a 10-minute game played on chess.com. I play GMs every Tuesday, and I analyze those games Tuesday night. Is that what you meant? I play GMs every week? Oh, snap. Somebody's new to the stream. Also, viewers don't want to see that. They want to see each other get crushed. Anyway, you're banned. Welcome to the stream. Yay, a second pawn. G3. Black's very comfortable with extra pawns. Yeah, the engine wants to just play knight e5, queen c7. Boy, white likes to give pawns away. Bam! Knight takes c4 is slightly more accurate, but it doesn't matter. Black's up so many pawns. Yay, $2. Ding's chair choice is better. Most people I talk to like Gukesh's chair better. Thanks for the $2 supporting the stream. Black's having fun this game. Black's just up material and has a good position. Bam! Oh, snap! White gives up pawns on purpose and blunders pawns. Bam! Boy, white has almost no pawns left. White sacrificed 7 pawns. So I guess this is what Tina was talking about. The bishop controls h1, so you can't double up on the bubble up. Never play f6. And white resigned because white's down 4 pawns. Seems reasonable. What would Mark Esserman do? He'd kick an ass or two. Cute Kitty Cat 2 subscribed, as opposed to Cute Kitty Cat 1. It's like Snowball 2. Yeah, Georgia doesn't seem very good either. Georgia and Alabama both having off years. They should let Michigan in the playoff. They beat Northwestern by 50. They beat Ohio State in Columbus. It would be a surprising pick. And the 12th seed is Michigan, having lost 5 games. Michigan's coming into their own. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers no good. Michigan played well against Northwestern. That was like the only good game they played this year. I was wondering how anybody on my stream could spell separate correctly, and it was Mark. And I was like, oh. Yeah, that's better, Toe, spelling it wrong. Yeah. Do you think Vanderbilt football will do better next season? Never. They did well this season. I didn't know that Biden pardoned Hunter. Although Hunter is Biden, so I'm not even sure what that means. That is a good idea, Mark. Okay, we need a marker for the next game. Thank you, Tensor. Hi, Ben. This is a 90-30 OTB game I played today. I don't have a classical rating yet. I try to follow your rules, and they haven't failed me so far. I struggled a bit in the opening, that is one of my rules, as I usually do, but nothing too bad, I hope. Once we reached the middle game, it felt like my opponent just fell apart. I had the white pieces. So this is David is white, he's our hero, versus Tim. Timme! And it was played in Sweden. White has no elo. Black's elo is 1882. Timme! Living a lie, living a lie. Timme! It was the Smith Mora. Good question, Artem. And the Lords of the Underworld. Timmy! Man, I haven't watched South Park in 20 years. And by 20 years, I mean 15 years. Okay, our hero's white. Still theory. Ooh, bishop c4. That move I don't know. Yeah, they play bishop f4, queen d2, castles, bishop d3. Or no, bishop e3. The bishop usually goes to d3. Or white just pushes the pawns without moving the bishop. So that move I don't know. Okay, pretty good game. Black is slightly better because white's sort of fiddling around. Knight c5 would be an improvement over knight b6. Ooh, that's risky. Bishop d7's a bit passive. Always sack the exchange. But he didn't do it. But the engine does it. The engine takes and then takes on c5. It says white's slightly better. Well, instead of bishop d4, we could take on h7, but bishop d4 is just as good. Good move. Crushing the knight. Oh, crushing the knight. Uh-huh. What? That hangs the knight. I guess black was afraid of b3. Yeah, queen e7's good because that attacks the pawn. Oh, white's just up a piece. Bam! Probably black didn't see bishop b1 check, would be my guess. Always repeat. Now, did black see rook h8 check winning? Ah, he did. Ooh, that's a good move. Ooh, knight a1. And black resigned. Wow, black played knight b6, making me doubt his rating. Anyway, white played better than black that game. Black had a good position, and then played b5, which wasn't good, and knight b6, which wasn't good, and lost material. Then black did some sacrifices here. Seemed like he missed bishop b1 check. In the final position, if black doesn't resign, white can take all of black's pieces and then sacrifice everything and mate with bishop and knight. Anyway, white had some notes to the game. Always play king b1. And then in this position, always retreat. And then in this position, always repeat. And then in this position, always sack the exchange, never resign. Those were good notes to the game because those were my rules. Anyway, next month, the course is coming out, written by me and Richard Palliser on the Nakamura Sicilian for Chessable. And then in May, approximately, a course is going to come out that I'm doing on the Feingold rules. So 2 Chessable courses coming out the next 6 months. Yay, Fen Beingel, 200 bits. Our first donation of the stream. Okay, we got 4 games left. Patrick submitted 2 of them against Shredder, as he's ilk as he does. Game 1. Somebody drew a marker. Thanks for the marker. Hype train incoming. Fen Beingel gifted a sub to Lawful Waffle. We need one more thing to happen to get a hype train. Warm-up game. I'm trying out new setups against the Pierts, having formerly played the Austrian attack exclusively. I was surprised to learn that modern engines aren't finding an advantage for white anymore, despite white being spoiled for choice between many different setups. Black played an atypical Pierts with 3c6, which I've never seen anyone play and have never prepared for. So this is a version of Shredder that's 1700. And it got shredded. Ambino Scope, 100 bits, choo-choo. Hooray. We need to find a new opponent for Fen Beingel in donating 10,000 bits at a time. The old opponent left and he's never coming back because Fen Beingel kept outspending him until Fen Beingel gave up. Now we need a new opponent like C.L. Smith. C.L. Smith can't wait to give 10,000 bits. He likes that circular red thingy that spins. Fen Beingold, 300 bits. It's like Abby Normal. Yeah, Abby something. You could win 100K in poker any day now. Fen Beingold putting us at level 2. Okay, so Patrick's white against Shredder. The weakened version of Shredder. Yeah, C6 is a move. Not really a fan of Rook B8. Always play King B1. Shredder's an engine like Stockfish, but it's set to a level that plays bad. Otherwise, Shredder would shred you. So it's set at a 1700 level. So Shredder thinks it's 1700. Yeah, the engine says black's already lost. Ugh, knight h7. Ugly. White's just a pawn up. Has a nice attack. White's king is safe. +5. Yeah, that's annoying. Put it in H. Black resigned. Instead of playing king here, rook c8 check exclam, and then queen b7 mate. White's play was okay that game. It wasn't the most incisive. But Black's play was not good. Black played maybe 10 moves that were subpar that gave away some advantage. You know, went from like +1 for white to +1.5, +3 to +4 to +5. So black just never got a safe king, never got an attack against white's king, and as a consequence lost. Don't forget about the hype train, everybody. We need 4 subs in the next 45 seconds to get to level 3. Then you get emotes and stuff. You get all kinds of prizes. Fen Beingold gave 5 subs. Did you get any kind of discount, or it's just the 5 sub price? It doesn't say anything on my stream about that. Sub fight. Let's get to 500. There won't be any streaming chess or poker Wednesday through Saturday because Karen and I will be at Cherokee in North Carolina playing in poker tournament there. 200 bits. Do you ever juice? Never. Got $5 off. All right. Yay, 200 bits. Okay, now we'll look at the next game of Patrick and Shredder. Patrick's white again. Somebody do a marker. Okay, this is the next game. Black played a known inaccuracy in the Sveshnikov with bishop e6, where b5 is arguably forced to prevent knight c4. Yeah, bishop e6 isn't very popular. Yeah, you can't take with the bishop because of knight takes. Yeah, b5 is better because you want the knight to be on a3 and not coming into the, good positions here. Yeah, now white's already close to winning. Strategically winning, according to Kramnik. Okay, somebody else give money to the train except for Fen Beingold. Yeah, Shredder's like the Washington Generals. Ooh, that's a bad move. I mean, you play queen b6, you have to take on b2. You don't play queen b6, then not take on b2. Then why'd you play queen b6? Yeah, now white's just winning. Threatens the rook. Strategically, positionally, concretely, frankly, delicious. g3 is an excellent move with the idea of bishop h3 check. White was hoping for queen takes a2, then knight check, and the queen wins the queen. And hoping for it worked. And black resigned. That game, white played more incisively than the first game, and black played worse. Patrick's games are always very crisp. These games were both 15-10, by the way, the last two games. Richard Henley ridiculous. We need 3 subs in 5 seconds. It can't be done. Thanks for supporting the stream, Fen Beingold. You were the conductor of that train for sure. Everybody's banned. Hype chests on the way. Those are the best kind of chests. Okay, next game. Somebody do a marker. Only 2 games left. Hello, Ben. In honor of the French Renaissance at the World Chess Championship, here's a pretty meaty game. Hope it's vegan meat. I played recently. Bonus, active king in the endgame. I was white. 10-minute rapid. Both players are 1500. Played on chess.com. Okay, and our hero's white. This is the main line that Gukesh didn't play. I don't know the move queen c7. Seems like it just loses. Black's already lost 1 move out of theory. Now they agreed to a draw because of 3-time repetition. Queen a5 to c7, a5 to c7. This reminds me of the game where Black played queen c7 and White played knight b5, knight d6 check. That was the first or second game. Yeah, that's a mistake, because this pawn needs protecting. Knight b5 to d6 is still the right way of playing, with White incredibly winning. Now Black's barely lost because the e5 pawn is just hanging. So f5 is a pretty bad move. And that's a blunder. Black needs to castle here. We can win the e-pawn later. It's attacked 3 times and defended 0 times. But we need to get our king safe. Now, unfortunately, for Black, White can play bishop d4 winning. Okay, but he didn't. But yeah, bishop d4 threatening everything. And if you take, you still can't defend your g-pawn. Your king's going to get in trouble on e8. This is still terrible for Black. And that's not good. White should play queen f2. No reason for White to double isolate his pawns. White's still better, but not much. Now it's equal. Bishop h3 is terrible. Bishop's totally misplaced there. White's threatening to trap it. That's just terrible. This looks like the game Gukesh Ding, except White is Black and Black is White. Now White wins with bishop d6, trapping the rook, but instead White trades all the rooks and agrees to a draw like Ding. Oh no, he played bishop d6. b5, giving me the pass c pawn. Terrible. Moving on up to the queen side. finally gonna make black resign. Okay, this is just black not resigning. Okay, then black resigned. A pretty good game from white. Black's opening and middle game play could use some help. It's hard to believe these players have almost the exact same rating, because white seemed like he was a lot better than black. It's Laszlo Thomas. Yeah, that's right, C.L. Smith. I haven't seen Laszlo Thomas in a long time. The Bills are up 14-3. Boy, the game between Chargers and the Falcons was like the worst game of the season. Chargers played terrible, and the Falcons played worse. The Falcons threw 4 interceptions. God damn. And the Falcons only lost by 4 points. It cost them like 20 points, those 4 interceptions. One was a pick 6, and 2 were in the end zone, where Atlanta was going to score a touchdown or a field goal, but threw a interception instead. That was just awful play by Atlanta that game, especially Kirk Cousins. It's like he lost on purpose. It was like watching Bonarici play. Yeah, that's right, C.L. Smith. Agreed. Come together right now over me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. I always imagine Ginger GM saying that line. He says be free. Yeah, I asked Ginger GM what his favorite vegetable was, and he said sufferin' succotash. Okay, last game. Somebody drew a marker. Okay, white is the villain and black is the subscriber. Hi, Ben. This is from the Vegas National Open Chess Festival this June. I played a Czech Benoni inspired by the Anand Feingold Night Tour variation. Good, good. Okay, so far so bad. This is how I play with black, but it's, terrible. Queen C1? What? Yeah, this is how I play with black in blitz chess. Sometimes in slow chess. Man, I would be taking this all day. The engine says that's the second best move. It says after knight f6, black's better, but after rook takes, it's equal. But I would be taking that all day. All right, I've had to go to the bathroom the whole stream, and now I have to stream. I'll be back. You guys can donate or something. Karen put a sign in the bathroom. Employees must wash hands. Let's see, did we get a lot of donations when I was gone? Darn. It's Vanquisher. Only loves me when I'm gone. Okay. So let's go back. They blocked up the center. And then sometimes when they block the center like this, they play for b5 and b4 or f5 and f4. But in this game, white didn't play f4 or b4, and black got to play f5, so black's position was okay. For some reason, the queen's on c1, so this exchange sacrifice is good. Okay. Knight c7 is okay, but now white can play c4 and sort of kill the knight. Yeah. So now it says white's better again. I mean, this looks like a lot of my Blitz games where I'm black. Engine just says white's better. Wow, rook b8. Oh, so white did play b4, and white's better. Okay, this is a tactical error. Now, white can take on d6 because the queen is overworked. That's actually a nice tactic. Bishop takes d6, bishop takes d6, knight takes d6. And if the queen takes, then the rook is hanging. So bishop takes d6 gives white a winning position. And he played it. Okay, so white's a pawn up, has a passed d pawn. Black has an isolated pawn on e5. So knight e4 should be winning. Kills the knight on a6 also. Yeah, rook b1's a mistake because it hangs the a pawn and the c pawn's already under attack. So queen c5 is attacking all of white's pawns, and it attacks the f2 pawn. So somehow white just has all of his pawns attacked. So white should have played king g2 more than once, defending the pawn on f2, and then this pawn's still defended. Yeah, now black is okay. Yeah, that's just a mistake. If I was a betting man, I mean, I can't say that white overlooked rook f2 because it's game 90, increment 30. So I guess he saw it. Yeah, queen e3 is better. The queen's more active on e3. Actually reminds me of Gukesh today when he played queen e2, keeping the queen active in the endgame. Wow, the best move is d6. I'm guessing d6 wasn't played. Oh, he played d6. That's the best move. The idea is if you take, I can take this, and I can trade queens into a better endgame with my passed a pawn. Yeah, white's winning here. Well, now I'm guessing white did not play the best move. Best move is knight g1. Who's going to play knight g1 when the knight can't go to f3? Yeah, he played d7. Now it's just equal. Yeah, now the pawn has to be defended, and you can't... Queen over here can't get out. It's like trapped. Knight e5 is an excellent move. Knight wants to go to f3. This is just equal. Now the best move is to promote. What did he do? He played rook c7. Look at this line. Promote, rook g7. Now if king g7, knight e6 check is winning. So you play king h8. Now the only move that doesn't lose for white is to take, and white has perpetual check, it says. I'm not going to argue with the machine. It says this is all zeros. It says king g7 loses to knight here check. So you have to play king g8. Queen g5 is the only drawing move. You can't play king f8 because you lose your queen again. So now it's just a perpetual on the G and H files. So in this position, white has to play for a draw and promote the pawn to a queen. Instead, he played rook c7. Now black wins instantly with knight f3 check. And you can see how he missed d8 queen. His rook is hanging, but he had to see knight f3 check and queen g1 mate. So that would force him to find, queen, because you have to stop all these threats. But probably he saw queen, but didn't see this rook g7, knight e6 idea. So that's why he didn't do it. Now black is finally winning for the first time in the game. As the game ends, black's winning. Before that, black wasn't winning. Then white resigned. Yeah, if white plays king h1 or king g2, then queen g1 is mate. Thanks, cute kitty cat 2. Thanks for 500 bits. So the only time in the game black was winning was the final position. Other than that, white was winning, or it was equal, or white was better. But Ben Feingold's subscriber wins against Villain. Also, white was slightly higher rated. Slightly, just slightly. Family Guy joke. Yay, go National Open. I was at the tournament, working at the tournament. I gave lectures and simuls and speeches and stuff like that. Blitz chess. It's Laszlo Damas. Yeah, that was a cool game. All right, I'll play some 3-minute until the stream ends. Submitted too late. You must have submitted 3 hours too late. You must have submitted in 2000 and late. Yeah, you're supposed to submit before 6 p.m. Eastern. It's 9:30 Eastern. Dunkin' 105. Can't find them in a grocery store. The Clemenza opening. Clemenza opening. What about Clemenza? Money for people. Yay, Fen Beingold. Bring the gun, leave the cannoli. That's the opposite. Leave the gun, bring the cannoli. But you gave 200 bits, so whatever you said was right. Two bishops, what else? Anybody else want to play? You don't have to play, but here's your chance to beat a grandmaster. I don't play that good. I'm not like Danya over here. Yay, Fem Beingold. Cheese Dog Denver subscribed. Cannoli. I don't know what you guys are talking about with your W shape. It's like you read a book for beginners and you don't understand what it means. Anyway, you can't talk about the W shape. That's Bonarici's thing. Only Bonarici's allowed to talk about it. Okay, last game. Night toast.
done pouncing on that free piece.
I played 90.8. He played 81.4. All right, thanks for supporting the stream, everybody. You guys are the best. Guess I'll rate Elena. All right, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Tomorrow we're having a lecture at 6 p.m. Eastern as per usual. Maybe I'll see you then. And so forth. Okay, thanks for watching and supporting the stream.